Hello, I'm Stuart Heath, CEO and founder of Harvard Grace Capital. Just with a few comments on some of our more recent economic news. This story came out last week. U.S. home sales fell to a 30-year low last year. I don't think this should surprise anybody, but I think it is important to note how volatile home sales can be. Right before the great financial crisis, we were right here in 2006 and 7, then 8, and then crash. And then of course we had the pandemic. This is 2021 there. And home sales are very much a thing of it's supply and demand, but it's also momentum. You remember in 2020 people were remodeling their house, improving because they couldn't go anywhere on vacation, and then people were upgrading and prices shot up drastically, so everybody wanted to sell. A lot of people did. And then once people that can do that, they're not going to do it again. So, it's a cycle of feast and famines was what I'm trying to think of. This story will actually blame interest rates for that. The average rate last year was, as the story says, between 6 and 8. I think it was a lot closer to 6. Maybe just maybe 6.8, closer to 7 for most people last year. I don't know anybody who did an 8% mortgage last year. If you did, frankly, you probably had some credit issues. And that's okay. We all go through those things from time to time. I bought my first house with a 9.75% fixed rate in 1987 and was tickled to death with that rate because we just come out of the early 80s where we used to have that thing called the misery index, which was double-digit inflation and double-digit interest rates. So it's all relative. The thing we haven't seen with all of the inflation, we haven't seen wages catch up. And so that's why the slowdown. Everybody's like, whoa. A lot of people have already done this. They've already refinanced their houses. A lot of people would like to sell, but they've got $1 million of equity tied up with a 3% mortgage. And they're making the right decision is to wait. And frankly, this is why the economy is a little slower. This is what the Fed intended to do, and it is working. It might be taking a little longer. I'm not sure the interest rates are going to come down much longer. As you know, as I've talked about ad nauseum, the Fed lowered short-term interest rates 3 times last year, but the 10-year mortgage, the 10-year Treasury rate continued to go up and almost crossed 5%. Later in the year, it's come down in the last week and maybe stabilizing hopefully around 4.25. Anyway, would love to hear your comments about this and look forward to seeing you online. Thanks.